Jax! Man, that kid wakes up happy. And with amazing hair. So when you're driving through the desert in small town USA, sometimes you find crazy things like the world's largest artillery depot in the whole world. Look at these things. That's crazy. We just drove past this base and there's all these buildings perfectly spaced. Kind of creepy. Not sure what this is. We'll call it the flower bomb. These bad boys go in that tube. Tell me what guy doesn't own one of these in his dreams. This is what an undersea mine looks like. Here is a torpedo from the USS Alabama. This is a guided missile. Weirdest thing about Hawthorne, Nevada, other than it being the biggest artillery depot in the world, is how many Corvettes, Porsches, Lexuses you see driving around in this podunk Nevada town in the middle of nowhere. Evidently, bombing people is very profitable. So you may not be able to see it, but basically there's miles and square miles of bunkers just poking up out of the ground. They're probably just chock full of missiles. Guys, I'm freaking out. We were starting to get into Yosemite and I saw ghost town of Bodie. I'm weird. I like ghost towns and weird small towns stuff. And I've had this on my bucket list for so long and I didn't even realize it was right on the way. 10 miles out of the way, we're going to Bodie. Is that what happens when you try to do makeup on a bumpy road?
Oh, did something happen to my face? I want to see.
You should try drinking water on a bumpy road.
The bumpy road.
So you can see all the places here where people dug up holes trying to find gold. So I first learned about Bodie from an Instagram photo many years ago. I put it top 10 on my bucket list to see. Just, I love stuff like this, but Bodie was a boom town for gold and people rushed here. There actually were thousands of people here. And a lot of the town burned down at some point and they rebuilt and then it became a ghost town. But the state is taken up to keeping it up to date. In the 1870s and 1880s, things really heated up. There was about 5,000 to 7,000 people there and around 2,000 buildings. Pretty crazy. And the mines produced gold valued at nearly $34 million. Bodie was your regular, Wild West, totally badass town. At its peak, 75 saloons lined Main Street, which is a mile long. Murders, shoutouts, barroom brawls, and stagecoach holdups were regular occurrences. Bodie began as a mining camp, a little note, following the discovery of gold in 1859 by a group of prospectors, including W.S. Bodie. He died not long after on a supply trip. As Bodie started to slow down a little bit in the 1890s, they had some fortunate technological advancements. They invented cyanide processes to get some more ore out of the old tailings, and they built a hydroelectric plant 13 miles away at Dynamo Pond, putting out 130 horsepower. Not too bad. But, however, 1910, population was all the way down to 698. Mostly families that decided to stay instead of moving on. At one point, there was a big epidemic, and a prostitute named Rosa May came to the rescue, saved a bunch of men's lives, but unfortunately for her, she still got buried outside the cemetery fence. It's pretty harsh, Bodie. It's pretty harsh. Bodie has some pretty extreme weather at night. Winds can sweep across the valley at close to 100 miles per hour, and the nights there rival notorious Barrow, Alaska, with the most nights below freezing. As with all boom towns, eventually things slowed down and the single men that were trying to get rich quick went to other towns. So it became more of a family-oriented community. They built a Methodist church, also had a Roman Catholic church that got burned down at one point. But the mine kept pumping out $3.1 million in 1881. Not too shabby, Bodie. Bodie had its ups and downs through the early 1900s, but eventually, in 1942, due to the World War II, and a proclamation, they shut down all non-essential gold mines in the United States, including Bodie, and mining never happened again. Riley, do you need to go potty in that potty chair?
Yeah.